There's ditches full there of water. That's the interstate. This is Delaware Avenue right here. Oh, look at that. Look at that right there. Oh, if that corn survives, they'll be lucky. That's full. That drained pretty good. They're pretty lucky there. Looks like they had some high winds up here because the corn's pushed over a little bit. We'll head back towards Alleman. Side of the ditch there. See the ditch full on the right hand side here. We already saw, that's completely chuck full over there. And then we saw what was, I'll spin back around here so I can get it on the other camera. Ditch is full there. That's full all the way up that way. This way, see what we got. I'm seeing a reflection of lights. Oh yeah. Definitely ground zero up here. Saw it off the right there and off, I mean it's off the both sides. Come back around and see what we can get here really quick. Not a lot of people out. Definitely ground zero here. Definitely. See some campers. Oh yeah, water over the road there. Alleman is the home of North Polk schools, but also the home of all the broadcast media towers for Channel 5, 8, and 13. And 11 too. I think 11 has a tower up here too. So we're in the town of Alleman, Iowa. So we're going to come up here. I think it was this. Was it this? Just the street? Yeah. This road here. Yeah. I think this was the street. Yeah. Street flooding here. Turn down. Street flooding. water in their basement. That house is on an island. It's surrounded. More rain coming. What this place doesn't need is more rain. Come here, turn around. So either the floodwaters pushed. No, that's wind. That's wind damage right there. That's some wind damage in the corn right there, blown over. That corn's been blown over by winds. So they had some high winds up here earlier today. Luckily it's not knocked over, knocked down to the ground, but it also depends on how much water's underneath that. So the whole parking lot is flooded. More rain coming. Alright. Well, as I was getting ready to say, before we got so rudely interrupted by flooding, turn around, don't drown. That is the mantra for the next 2 days. And of course, you know, stay weather aware, because obviously we got more of this coming. More of this. Like, this town needs more rain. I think they closed the interstate. I believe I-35 is closed. I believe Interstate 35 is now closed. We're going to find out. It's like this city needs more rain. This city doesn't need more rain. think they've closed down Interstate 35. It does. You're right, Wendy, it does. It's now pouring again here. I think they have Interstate 35 closed. They do. They have closed Interstate 35 North. So I-35 North is now closed, my friends. Interstate 35 North is closed. They have closed Interstate 35 North. Freeway closed. Use next exit. They got a highway helper. They've had a highway helper out here since about 2 o'clock this morning. I actually called 911 as I was traveling because I hit it. So other people must have hit it too. So anyway. So we'll get off up here at 36th Street in Ankeny. So yeah, some places up here have received a foot of rain. So we're going to see a lot of, 4 Mile Creek is well out of its banks, my friends. So we're going to get up here and we're going to see what's going on. Good morning, by the way. This is me. This is my tired look. Very tired look this morning. So, I feel bad for people up here who've got to go through this flooding. So, but here we go. Here's the off ramp. They don't want anybody going through. They brought the big trucks out, so you cannot get through. So they brought the big trucks through to get you off the interstate. Thank you, everybody, for keeping us safe. Thank you to the first responders for keeping us safe. So. And then now you can see, now you're going to start seeing the ditches be full while we're up through here. So we're going to make our way over to Ankeny Boulevard. We're going to go up Highway 69. Now 69 may be closed at this point too. There was water over the road on Highway 69. Well, hopefully we can make it through here. Hopefully we're not going to have some floodwaters like we did last night on this road. Flash flood warning remains in effect for this part of Polk County because of flash flooding. So the ground is just obviously super saturated with that much water or liquid on it. So 12 inches of rain up here. The weather models did forecast that this could be a possibility, and it's come to fruition. So we're gonna get up here and get some daylight, get some eyeballs on the daylight stuff, and catch some video footage of the flooding. Well, there goes Ankeny Fire. Looks like they're gonna go this way. They're coming this way, so we'll need to give them the space they need. So I would not be surprised there's some water rescues going on tonight, overnight, or even today. I think just over this last stoplight where we ran into floodwater issue. So that pond here at Briargate is full, overflowing. Again, where we're at right now, radar is estimated that they have received where we're at right now, radar is estimated that 7 inches of rain have fallen in this general vicinity. So it looks like the water has drained here, so it's done a much better job of draining or got caught up with the deluge that it had, so we're able to drive through this. Right through here. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, there's 4 Mile Creek. We're just driving over 4 Mile Creek right now. It's completely out of its banks. Completely out of its banks. Oh wait, maybe not 4 Mile Creek. So over here by Briarwood Golf Club. Yeah, we got a tee time today. It ain't happening. Just here to tell you. I'll be surprised if the golf courses are even open up in this general neck of the woods. So I would be very surprised if Otter Creek is open today. I'd be surprised if if the TCI in Polk City is open today. I'd be very, very, very surprised. So we're going to actually get over a lane here, and we're going to go up Highway 60 now. And just so you know, this was a wash, rinse, and repeat. We're going to get more tonight. More severe weather tonight. So this will take us to the 4 Mile Creek Basin. Oh yeah. Oh. The Memorial Gardens were flooded last night. Their sprinklers are going off, actually. So we're on Highway 69 heading north. So where we're at now, they got, according to radar, radar estimates 8 inches of rain has fallen. And I don't know if you can see what's off to the right. There's 4 Mile Creek right there. That's 4 Mile Creek. That is. There you go. That's what's going on in northern Polk County, right there. That's what we could not see last night. We knew it was there, we just couldn't see it. Now we can see it. So flash flooding is still ongoing. There is a lot of water that fell on this area that's draining into 4 Mile Creek. Now Now the next concern that I have is getting over Highway 69 here. Hopefully we don't have water over the road like we did last night. Ditches are full, creek's out of its banks. It's just massive flooding up here right now. Huge flooding up here. This is 4 Mile Creek here too, still completely out of its banks. We'll get detail shots here shortly. If you are in the 4 Mile Creek Basin, the next 2 days you got to pay attention. You got to take action now if you're in the 4 Mile Creek Basin. But as we go through, it gets worse. The more water we add onto it, the longer it takes for this creek to go down. Just over the crest of this hill where we ran into issues with water over the road last night. Does not look like they have, well, it could be over the next hill too, I guess. That matters. This is Alderman, so it's back there. Excuse my French. So I'm going to find a spot over here and turn around the backwards. So we're up here where all the TV towers for Des Moines broadcast. So channel 8, 5, 8, 13, I'll have broadcast towers out here. We're up by Alderman, Iowa, so we're going to find a spot and turn around. They also had high winds up here. The corn was pushed over pretty good last night, so. So here's field up here north of Alderman. We're going to go back to where we were last night, so let me get turned around here a little bit. The ditch is full. all this water's got to drain, and it's going to drain into the 4 Mile Creek Basin. It's going to, yeah, in fact, that whole ground right there is a little squishy, more so than usual. So we're going to go up here and turn around. Yeah, you can't even trust these areas to get off to where the farmers get into their fields. You can't. Yeah, I can't trust those right now. So let's back up.
Today is 85 degrees, and the normal low is 66. The record high for today is 102, which occurred in 1936, and the record low is 49, which occurred in 1967. Sunrise today is at 5:46 a.m. and sunset is at 8:52 p.m. This is NOAA All Hazards Weather Radio Station WXL 57 in Des Moines, Iowa, transmitting on 162.55 megahertz. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service at Des Moines, Iowa. The current time is 7:29 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Des Moines and surrounding locations. Today, partly sunny. Showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms this morning, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Some thunderstorms may produce heavy rainfall this morning. Highs around 90. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Heat index values up to 101 this afternoon. Tonight,
it's gonna be another hot and humid day today. So
thunderstorms. A chance of showers until midnight, then showers likely after midnight. Humid blows around 70. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, and coming south after midnight. Chance of rain 70%. Index values in the upper 90s early until midnight. Independence Day, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then mostly sunny in the afternoon. Humid with highs in the upper 80s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour.
So here we are. You're just taking a look at the field flooding that's going on. There's a lot of it. A lot of these fields have been turned into lakes. So this area we're at right now, they received 10 inches of rain in this area we're in right now. So we're in the town of Ankeny, Iowa, which is in the northern part of Polk County. So here, the daylight brings full ditches.
Heat index values in the mid-90s early until midnight. Thursday, mostly sunny with a chance of showers.
Look at the ditches, how full they are on the side, on the right-hand side. I mean, they're just chock full. And all this water, I mean, look at this. Look at this. That's somebody's house. They're on an island. They can't get out. These folks can't get out of their house. They can't get out of their house. guys can't get out of their house.
Degrees. Rain was falling at Basin City and Waterloo. In Lamoille, it was sunny. It was partly sunny in the Quad Cities, Ottumwa, and Omaha Council Bluffs. It was cloudy in Spencer and Sioux City. Now for a few weather conditions around the region. In Kansas City, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 70. Areas were slowly or standing water. Polk Creek is also a flood stage, including in Northeast 86th Avenue in Clay and the 5 medium.
So we're on Northeast 22nd Street. So if you're on Northeast 22nd Street in up here by Alleman, do not drive through this. So let's sit here and see who we get. A lot of corn stover has been pushed out of the field.
Upstream of Easton Boulevard. In 14.0 feet, widespread flooding occurs along the reaches of the creek, primarily upstream.
Let's get some video of people taking their $70,000, $80,000 cars,
Areas of the community.
maybe even rental cars through flooded waters, and see how
15.0 feet, water affects businesses and apartments east of East 33rd Street near
it's just
Southwood Avenue, East Euclid Avenue, and Trumbull Avenue.
something else.
Additional details. At 4 a.m. Friday, the stage was 8.0 feet.
Never, you just never know. That roadway could just be done underneath there. And now that person traveled over that, and that roadway is compromised in any way, shape, or form, and then they just broke, or they broke through it, and then now the next person who thinks, you know, they saw, oh, hey, they made it, I can make it, and then all of a sudden they hit that weak patch of pavement underneath there, boom, all she wrote. But we don't drive, we turn around, don't drown. That's what we do. Although there's a car now that'll try this. There's just silly people. Just silly people. That car. The decisions that some humans make, I do not understand. I do not understand. We had some pretty decent winds over here last night because you can just see in the fields. Last night this was over. This was overtopped last night at some point. You can just tell. Oh, here we go. Got water on the road over there. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, look at this. This is, you just don't drive through flooded roadways, my friends. This is Northeast 104th Avenue and Northeast 22nd Street. So in Polk County, they do avenues east-west and streets north-south. So I guess, you know, I hate to say this, but if the National Weather Service needed a perfect thing of, you know, dead end and you got water over the road, I guess this would be a good way of putting that. Can you guys see? You can see that right there. Yeah, water over the road. So then now what's happening is that water is a very powerful solvent. People don't realize that water is a solvent, but it's a very powerful solvent, and once it gets going like this, that is actually going to scour underneath that, and it's going to scour the roadbed. It can scour, just like a dam. You know, when a dam gets over top, the water can just erode the dam structure. This can erode the roadbed here, and not just the concrete you see, but all the other stuff that's on top of it or underneath it, like the gravel, you know, the base layers. It can erode all that away, and right now it's doing that to this ditch right now. I wonder if we got water over the road down here. I don't think we do. We did at some point have water over the road down here. Yeah, they had signs up and they got blown over. Stover and more flowing water here. See, here's an example of the roadway being eroded. That person made it through okay. I'll show you an example. That's a good example of erosion of the roadway. That driveway actually right there got eroded. But the corn's just been blown over. Or actually, you know, it could have been blown over, or the water pushed it over. The flowing water pushed it over. That could be also the case. Because wind is also a liquid, is a fluid, just like water's a fluid. So it looks like water's not over the road here now. We might be able to go see what's going on in Interstate 35 over here. Oh, looks like water is over the road here. So we're not going to be able to get much further than this. We do have water over the road here, so we'll be turning around. A foot of rain fell in less than 6 hours here. I'm not driving through that. People are silly. Unless there is no water there. Oh, nope, there's standing water. We'll turn around. Small little Honda Civic. Silly, silly, silly choice. Doesn't want to keep that car long. That's all I got to say to that. But again, we turn around, we don't drown. We're going to go get that picture. We're going to get it from the other side. We're not going to drive through it. Turn around, don't drown. The National Weather Service needs to do a better job of getting that out. Because the last thing on earth you need to do is get water in your engine, get stranded, then everybody else behind you gets stranded, and then everybody else's car goes to crap because they got inundated with water. And there you have it. Yep, good. See somebody back over there turning around, not drowning. I like that. Smart move. Smart move. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a U-ey here because I need to. Because we're going to go take a look at the scour over here that happened on the over this culvert, over a driveway, so you can see the power of the water. The water just scoured it. You know, I'm really starting to now think that not so much wind as much as this is water, flowing water pushed this corn over. That could be a case too. I mean, look at over here. I mean, look over here. Just look at the corn. That corn's been. I mean, that corn's been. I can't tell if that's wind or hail, or wind or water that did that. But that corn's been pushed over up here by Alleman. So we're in northern Polk County by Alleman. We're getting the first daylight on this flash flooding situation that's occurring, and it's ongoing, and it's just been exacerbated by another probably a half inch to an inch of rain falling this morning. So this is gonna, the only thing I can think of right now is the pheasant population too. Oh, this is gonna decimate those guys in this part of the county. You can see the water was over the roadway here, and here comes up that scour area that I was talking about. So the water that overtopped this, because the culvert couldn't keep up, has now eroded this roadway and this driveway and weakened it. You can see the scour. That, I mean, they've lost a good, I'd say 10, maybe 15, 20 feet of their gravel right there. And, well, good, looks like 2.5 feet deep all the way down to the culvert. And that, I mean, it scoured away enough of the gravel to get back down to the culvert. So here's the culvert trying to pass the water along. There you go. There's the culverts, and you can see the scour. You can see that scour right there. And it's trying to drain all that through these two culverts here into the ditch down the road, which then goes over the road. So, and then over here we got Alleman Falls. Road sign, which somebody has promptly driven over. You know what? I really do now think that's actually flowing water that caused that damage. But here's Alleman Falls over this road. Again, epic demonstration of do not, I mean, the irony of it all with dead end sign. It is a dead end to drive over a flooded roadway like that. So we're not going to drive over that. We had water over the roadway over there. We're not going to go that way. So now let's go back and there's water over the roadway, and some other cars got into it, and they hydroplaned. I mean, you hit that stuff at 70. It's something else, I tell you what. Yeah, it was almost, actually it was over the road, Ken, when I took the exit. And last night it was over the road. Here, if you look down here, Ken, where you got these flashing lights down there, there's actually cars down there that are stuck. And I don't know if you can see quite beyond there, but there's by that tree down there, there's cars down there. There are cars in there that are stuck. And there's water still over that part of the interstate down there. I just can't get close enough to show you. But I hit that last night. I was in the right lane, and I hit that. I hit that at like 70 miles an hour before it went completely over the road. And I called 911 and said, "You guys are gonna have a problem." And sure enough, there's the problem right there. So this interstate is closed, and it's gonna be closed for some time because they're gonna have to let this water go down, and then they're gonna have to inspect all that. They poured all this new concrete down through here. So they're gonna have to make sure that the roadway didn't get scoured by the floodwaters and stuff like that. So yeah, you hit this water going 70 miles an hour, it's dangerous. I will tell you, last night, I was scared. You couldn't tell. Again, it's a great example of you can't tell, and how much we trust our roadways to be good, to drain well. That's not the case here. But this is why Interstate 35 is closed from Ankeny up to the Highway 210 exit that we were on. This is why the interstate is closed. Looks like they have an excavator down there. They do have an excavator. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see they have an excavator down there trying to open up drainage to get the water to drain away. So they're trying to get the water to drain. But this is why Interstate 35 north of Ankeny is closed right here. This is why. This is why. This is why right here. And where we're at right now, estimated rainfall of about 10 inches in this drainage basin. So 10 inches right where we're at. So I mean, beautiful. Safety here. But this is 4 Mile Creek here. This is, I mean, this is completely out of its banks. Totally out of its banks. There you go. I mean, that's out of its banks right there. I mean, you see that? That's completely out of its banks. It's Lake Ankeny. Lake Ankeny right there. This is northeast 118th Avenue. Northeast 118th Avenue, water over the road.